emptied both of them.
All the way down?
As far as we could reach. Yeah, I don't know where he got the bags from, but he had a whole bunch of them here.
Was it 36 bags?
I didn't count. I just.
It's hard to say. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you. Unless you put 36 bags in there, you didn't do a cinch.
Okay. Well, yeah.
But-
I don't know.
And I remember the conversation. He asked me if you could just scrape off like the top foot. And I said no. He goes, why not? You don't scrape off the top
Yeah.
foot.
No, we.
Now, you got the dirty stuff off. Your gun is on that top layer. We call it a partial sand change, but it's not a true sand
Yeah.
change.
I know that because I was here when we emptied them,
Mhm.
and we got down as far as we could, got out as much as we could. How many bags were in there? Went into each one? I don't remember.
Oh yeah. Well, it's going to depend. Like I said, you want to backwash anytime your gauge is 8 to 10 over your startup pressure. I said, what your startup pressure is, I don't know, because the only way to find your startup pressure is with new sand.
Okay.
So you might be able to guesstimate.
Figure it out.
Like I said, if this one starts at 20, you're probably going to want to backwash after like 5 psi, 25 psi, just so you don't hurt your filter. But normally we would wait till 8 to 10 psi. You actually want to wait longer to backwash. Then backwashing often is actually not good. Sand filter's better the dirtier it gets. When you get to that 8 to 10 psi over normal, that's when you want to backwash. Is it because of how this got set up?
Yeah.
You might want to backwash this one more often than not, just so we don't start blowing seals. Because that's going to be the first thing to go is probably this seal right here. You'll start leaking water out right here. After that, here, and worst case scenario, it'll start leaking out the mechanical seal.
In here?
Yeah, so if your pump starts
You
dripping,
got speed valves right
I know. That pump starts dripping, you definitely want to get it. Because if the inspector sees any dripping or anything like that, they'll shut you down. You gotta have clean, dry pump rooms. And then B, if you're leaking through that mechanical seal at the bottom of the pump, that water is actually going into your motor. It's not a cheap motor. It'll start to rust it and everything else.
I have a question. When you talk about a backwash, what is that doing? Is that only for the system?
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
cleaning out the filter.
Okay.
So normally your water comes from the top of your pump or your filter, gets pushed through your sand bed. So your sand is what is your filtering
Sure.
media. Okay. So in order to clean that filter media, we have to reverse our flow. So now my water comes from the bottom up. Yeah, you'll actually see it. It'll turn like really brown in here. So that's all that's good. That's all the junk and crap that gets collected in there. That's getting sent back out to waste. All the dirt, debris, oils, suntan lotions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
And how long does that typically have to run? Do you know?
Every system's gonna be different, 2 to 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
On something like
So
this.
we're not looking like 15 minutes
No,
later or
no,
anything.
you're
Okay.
cool. Yeah, no.
Okay.
2 to 3 minutes usually on something like this.
Okay.
And then, like I said, once we go back to normal, if that pressure is still way up, it needs to be done again. So I kind of remember that. I've never dealt with the sand.
They're easy. They're very hard to break. That's where I wanted to. Basically, we were going to create another setup like what you had here with these, but it just
Okay. Well, we'll see how things are going. Maybe we'll see if we can do that later on in the year. Would it be able to be done during the season?
yeah, as long as the parts are available.
Again, still?
Took me long enough to get this
No.
one.
They still having an issue?
Not as bad. They're slow. They're trickling in, but they're not. We're not flush.
Yeah.
Put it that way. We have them.
You don't have
not,
stock,
not
right?
flush.
Not here in Georgia. Right? Okay.
And we don't stock this style just 'cause it's.
Yeah.
We buy these by the job. We inspect on different sizes and flow rates, etc.
But you know, when you say, hey Trey, we need another one, you know what we need. It'd be same.